Is it just me, or is it getting crazier out there? Meet Arthur Fleck, a fragile comedian wrestling with mental illness, residing in a city that's forgotten the meaning of empathy. He lives a life overshadowed by the city's gloom, a life filled with struggle and solitude. His only solace, a tender relationship with his mother, barely keeps the darkness at bay. Arthur Fleck, a man on the edge, yearning for a place in a world that seems to have forgotten him. All I have are negative thoughts. And with that, we dive headfirst into the turbulent psyche of Arthur Fleck, a man whose life seems to be a never-ending cavalcade of misfortune and hardship. As we delve deeper, we begin to see the many factors that contribute to Arthur's deteriorating mental state. Living in a society that seems to care so little for its most vulnerable citizens, Arthur finds himself increasingly isolated and misunderstood. He is a man out of sync with the world around him, a square peg in a round hole, if you will. His experiences of bullying are heart-wrenching. It's a cruel dance of humiliation and pain, a dance that Arthur knows all too well. It's a dance that leaves him with bruises both physical and emotional, a dance that's choreographed by a society that seems to take perverse pleasure in his suffering. Then comes the job loss, the final nail in the coffin of Arthur's already fragile sanity. As a clown for hire, Arthur found a semblance of purpose, a chance to bring a little joy to the world, even if it was through the painted smile of a clown. But when that too is taken away, Arthur finds himself adrift in a sea of despair, with no lifeline in sight. And just when things couldn't get any worse, Arthur stumbles upon a shocking revelation about his mother. She's been harboring delusions about Thomas Wayne, the city's affluent and influential mover and shaker. This discovery sends Arthur into a tailspin, further muddying the waters of his already murky reality. With each passing day, Arthur's mental state continues to crumble, like a sandcastle being swept away by an uncaring tide. The societal pressures that he's under serve only to expedite this process, pushing him closer and closer to the edge. As Arthur spirals further down, we begin to see the birth of a villain born not out of malice, but out of desperation, a villain shaped not by choice, but by circumstance. As we continue our journey into the dark depths of Arthur's psyche, we brace ourselves for what's to come. When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker? These are the words of a man on the brink, teetering between the shadows of uncertainty and the glaring lights of revelation. This is where our protagonist, Arthur Fleck, finds himself, trapped in a whirlwind of confusion and self-doubt, as he confronts the enigmatic figure of Thomas Wayne. Arthur's world is turned upside down as he delves into the murky depths of his family history. He is faced with a shocking truth: that Thomas Wayne, the very symbol of wealth and success in Gotham City, might be his biological father. The implications of this revelation are profound, shaking Arthur to his very core. As this realization dawns, Arthur grapples with the bitter truth of his existence. He is not a discarded, forgotten soul. He is not the product of a loveless union. He is a Fleck and a Wayne. This is a truth that is both liberating and shattering, a truth that unchains him from his past, yet binds him to a destiny he never asked for. This is where Arthur's descent into madness takes a dark turn. He doesn't just accept his Joker persona, he embraces it, letting it consume him. It's not a choice, but a compulsion, a desperate attempt to make sense of a world that has lost all meaning. His first act of public violence on the subway isn't just a crime, it's a declaration that he is no longer the weak, pathetic Arthur Fleck. He is the Joker, a force to be reckoned with, a force that refuses to be ignored, to be mocked, to be forgotten. In this act of violence, Arthur sheds his old skin, leaving behind the feeble, insignificant man he once was. He steps out of the shadows and into the spotlight, his laughter echoing through the subway, a chilling reminder of the man he has become. In the midst of chaos, the Joker is born. He emerges from the ashes of Arthur Fleck, a symbol of rebellion, a beacon for the disenfranchised, a jester in a world gone mad. And so, the stage is set for the rise of the Joker. I used to think that my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a comedy. This profound realization marks a turning point in Arthur Fleck's life, a metamorphosis that sees him shed his old skin and step into the flamboyant shoes of the Joker. This is not a change that occurs overnight. It is a slow, deliberate transformation, a dance with madness that Arthur embraces with open arms. Arthur's journey into the abyss is punctuated by bold, daring actions that might seem unthinkable to the Arthur we first met. His murder of a former coworker, for instance, is a chilling testament to the depths of his descent. It's not an act of self-defense or an accident, but a calculated, cold-blooded execution. It's a declaration to the world and to himself that Arthur Fleck, the man who shrunk away from conflict, no longer exists. In his place, we find a man preparing for his moment in the spotlight. A man meticulously crafting his appearance for the Murray Franklin show. Unlike Arthur, who sought validation and acceptance from the world around him, the Joker is not concerned with fitting in. He is not seeking approval, but is ready to take center stage, to command the attention of the world. His preparation is not about impressing others, but about embracing his authentic self, letting his inner madness shine through. The transformation is complete when Arthur, now the Joker, looks into the mirror one last time, not to hide behind a mask, but to apply the finishing touches to his new identity. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated acceptance. A moment where Arthur Fleck truly disappears, swallowed whole by the madness he has come to embrace. In the depth of madness, Arthur Fleck disappears, and only the Joker remains. The journey into the abyss is complete, the transformation absolute. The man who once lived in the shadows now stands in the spotlight, unapologetically himself, ready to set the world on fire. The tragedy has indeed become a comedy, a twisted, dark comedy where the Joker is both the protagonist and the punchline. You get what you deserve. In a chilling turn of events, the stage is set for the climactic scene on the Murray Franklin show. Our Joker, once a man lost in the abyss, now takes the spotlight, his laughter echoing in the studio, his eyes gleaming with a madness that's as unsettling as it is mesmerizing. The air is thick with tension, the late-night show's humor replaced with an eerie sense of dread. The Joker's shocking confession, his unsettling jokes, and his chilling confrontation with Murray Franklin all serve as a powder keg, ready to ignite the flames of anarchy. It's a moment that sends shockwaves through Gotham, a city teetering on the brink, now pushed into the abyss, and then the inevitable explosion. The television screen serves as a window into the chaos, broadcasting the Joker's descent into madness and the city's fall into anarchy. The ensuing riots in Gotham paint a grim picture, a city lost to the madness, the citizens donning the Joker's face as a symbol of their revolt. The Joker's influence spreads like wildfire, his madness a spark that ignites the city's pent-up frustration and anger. The Joker, once a forgotten man, now stands as an icon, his painted face a symbol of rebellion, his laughter a haunting anthem of chaos. Gotham, once a city of order, now mirrors the Joker's madness, its streets filled with rioters, its skies filled with smoke, its soul lost to the chaos. But amidst the anarchy, a strange transformation takes place. The Joker, once a victim of society, now becomes its reflection, his madness a mirror to the city's own chaos. He stands tall, not as a man, but as an idea, a symbol of a society that's lost its way. His laughter echoes, not as a sign of his insanity, but as a testament to the madness that's taken over Gotham. The Joker, once a forgotten man, now stands as an icon of chaos. For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do, and people are starting to notice. With these haunting words, we delve into the aftermath of Arthur Fleck's transformation into the Joker. His chilling actions spark a wave of chaos throughout Gotham, a city already teetering on the edge of anarchy. The Joker's reign of terror, his unsettling laughter, his stark indifference to the norms of society, they all leave a lasting imprint, a legacy that is as disconcerting as the man himself. His impact is not only felt on the streets, but also within the minds of the people. He becomes an embodiment of their frustrations, a symbol of their rebellion against the system that failed them. He is the mirror held up to Gotham, reflecting its darkest aspects. And then, we find Arthur locked away in Arkham State Hospital, his laughter echoing through the sterile white halls. The joke? Only he knows. Only he understands. It's a poignant moment, a chilling reminder of the man he once was and the villain he has become. This scene encapsulates the essence of the Joker, a man lost to madness, a society pushed to insanity, a legacy marked by chaos and disorder. In the end, the Joker's laugh echoes on, a chilling reminder of a man lost to madness and a city pushed to the brink.